Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't sleep. It is currently past midnight, and all I've been doing is reading social media, looking at the reaction to The Rock and Roman Reigns coming face to face on Smackdown. And if you guys would just indulge me for just a couple of minutes. For me, this confrontation, this match, The Rock versus Roman Reigns, is and has been a dream match of mine for what feels like a decade now. Close to it. It's a match that I've been begging, pleading, hoping for the WWE to do. And for a good period of time, I thought the match was never going to happen. I thought the idea of the match was unfathomable. Just impossible to do. Rock's too busy. Can The Rock even still go? Does he even want to still go? Does he need to come back? To me, it was always going to be a long shot. The idea that we would get The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. But then last night, I got to see The Rock and Roman Reigns finally come face to face for the very first time inside a WWE ring. And you know what, man? I got goosebumps. I've watched it a good 5-10 times. The crowd reaction, the moment, the atmosphere. It gave me goosebumps, man. And it's rare. It's rare that happens with me. I've been watching for a long time. Over 25 years. Close to 26 years. Not often do I get goosebumps watching wrestling. I got goosebumps seeing Rock and Roman come face to face. And so here I am. I'm excited. I'm just jumping for joy. Man, WrestleMania is going to be amazing. Oh, that Rock and Roman main event is going to be fire. The build-up's going to be great. The match is going to be great. The crowd's going to be great. Then I go on social media. Not Twitter, not just Facebook, not just Instagram. All of social media, everywhere. All I see is people shitting on it. The YouTube video of this segment, as of right now, has over 150,000 dislikes. Dislikes. I see people making up in their minds that it's garbage. It's gonna be garbage. It's the worst possible match you could ever do. Making comparisons. Saying this is like Bret Hart giving Hulk Hogan his main event against Yokozuna. Saying this is just as bad as Batista coming in to take away Daniel Bryan's main event spot. Cody Rhodes is now Daniel Bryan. And the crazy thing about all of this is, we don't even have a graphic yet. It's not even official. It's not even official yet. The WWE has not come out and said the main event of WrestleMania is going to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Now, it's most likely still going to happen. Although, I hesitate to even say that with the amount of hate this is getting. See, when you compare it to Daniel Bryan, let's talk about Daniel Bryan, because I lived through that. Daniel Bryan was someone, when it comes to his initial WWE run, didn't win basically at all. He lost a majority of his matches, and he earned the love and adulation of the fans because of that. He was the ultimate underdog. Then he went on to be the U.S. champ when Mr. Money in the Bank became a World Heavyweight Champion. And then as time went by, he got more over and more over and more over. The yes chant was so big. It blew everyone away. No one expected Daniel Bryan to get over as big as he did because he was losing. He lost in 18 seconds to Sheamus at WrestleMania 28. I remember that. And it felt like that was where he was destined to be. Just an undercard, or at least a strong mid-carder. But then over time, something happened. The fans got more behind him, and more behind him, and more behind him. To the point where it was almost undeniable. No, screw that. It was undeniable that he was the guy. But the WWE said, nope. We're still going to push John Cena, Triple H, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar. I don't care. We don't care how much you love Daniel Bryan. We are still going to push him. And the more they tried to not push him and act like he didn't exist, the more the fans got behind him. And then the stars aligned. Batista came back, and the fans rejected him. Just like they're rejecting The Rock. And then when the WWE actually announced Batista versus Randy Orton, even I said that is the dumbest thing you could possibly do. Everyone knows Daniel Bryan should get that spot. What did the WWE do? They didn't listen. They kept Bryan out of the picture. He didn't even enter that year's Royal Rumble. But eventually they had no choice. Especially since CM Punk, ironically, left the company and they needed someone to cover for that. They went with Daniel Bryan. Now, people are saying part of the reason why The Rock is getting this spot is because CM Punk got hurt. I don't think that's true, but who knows? That would be ironic if that's the case then. But eventually, it got to the point where fans were hijacking the shows so much with the yes chants. The WWE couldn't get around it. They had no choice but to give Daniel Bryan his moment. And it became easily one of the best WrestleManias I've ever seen. Bryan had 2 matches against Triple H at the beginning, and then in the main event, Triple Threat, got his moment, the Miracle on Bourbon Street. It happened because the fans forced the WWE's hand. And that made the company better. It made things better overall for everybody. Now, as soon as the moment was over, he got hurt and he had to vacate the title anyways. But if the fans didn't do what they did, Bryan would not have gotten that moment. And I think what's happened is created this idea that if the fans push hard enough, it can flip WWE's plans. It could change plans. And I think we're seeing that now. Or we're at least seeing some of that now with Cody Rhodes. And you have to understand, the reason why I'm not as upset as everyone else is, besides the fact that I actually want to see Rock versus Roman, because that is my dream match, I don't think Cody is in any danger of losing his spot. Matter of fact, I think Cody is in a better position than anyone else on the roster. People compare him to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan didn't win 2 Royal Rumbles. He didn't win a single Royal Rumble. Cody Rhodes hasn't lost at all since he fought Roman. Okay, he lost to Brock Lesnar. But he hasn't been pinned since Roman. Since he came back in 2022, he's done nothing but win. Including a tag team title run with Jey Uso. And when they lost the titles, Jey Uso took the pinfall, not Cody. Back-to-back Royal Rumbles. Maybe it's because of how strongly they're booking him, how they're presenting him as their John Cena, the next John Cena. He's doing Make-A-Wishes. The kids love him. He's all over media. I don't understand why people would think that guy is not ever going to be a world champion, or at the very least getting screwed by The Rock. And so you have to understand something. I felt like when I saw that segment, the first thing that came to my head was, okay, well, Cody's going to win the championship probably at Chamber or at some other event that's not WrestleMania. He won the Rumble, which means he gets the opportunity to fight for the World Championship. It's just not going to be at WrestleMania. Personally, I would have done both at WrestleMania. Night 1, Night 2. Everyone's happy. Shoot, with everyone getting as angry as they were, maybe we should do Cody and Roman on Night 2, Rock and Roman on Night 1. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do now. With the way things are, I'm kind of scared we're just going to scrap Rock and Roman altogether because I've never seen fans this angry. This might be worse than Batista. Because I remember the hate for Batista and Randy Orton. I don't think it was this bad. But I didn't really worry that much for Cody. Because I feel like he's in a very strong spot, and I think even Cody would tell you that. But I grossly, and I'll admit it, I grossly underestimated how angry fans would be. Because it's not just the fact that we're getting Rock versus Roman. It's the fact that Cody gave up his spot. I think that is the crux of the anger. I don't think people are upset at Rock versus Roman. If they had done Rock versus Roman last year, I think fans would have been accepting to it. Hell, if they would have done it the year before then, they would have been accepting to it. I'll even say this. If they would have just done Rock as the special guest referee or special enforcer for Cody and Roman this year, and then built to Rock versus Roman next year, I think fans would have accepted that too. I think why fans are angry with this match now is simply because they fear it's going to interfere with Cody finishing the story. And also, the way Cody was portrayed, him basically giving up his WrestleMania spot, which, look here, I'll be the first one to tell you that is wild. That is wild. You win the Rumble, not just once, but twice. And then when you finally had the chance to fight Roman Reigns, you give up your spot to The Rock. I get that. Like, it's such a wild idea to think about. But at the same time, I remember in the promo, Cody saying, Roman, you're holding the title that I need to win. That's the title that was held by Bruno. That's the title that was taken away from Dusty Rhodes, my father. He said that. At the Rumble, when he won, he pointed to Roman. Not Seth, Roman. So I'm seeing all this, and in my head, I go, there's no way that Cody is not going to be the one to take the belt from Roman. And so, to me, I think all this hate, all this visceral hate that The Rock and Roman is getting, it's too much. Like, guys, come on. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if we go to social media, let's take a look at YouTube. So I went ahead and pulled up this snippet from YouTube literally as of right now. This is just right now. If you go to the YouTube video and you look at the dislikes, that's the dislikes for the segment. 102. Actually, I think this is an old snippet. I think if you look at it now, it's 150K. Now, the views on it is incredible. I think it's like 50 million views or something. It's a lot of views. It's a lot of views already across all social media platforms. So it's probably even more dislikes. But yeah, that's a lot of dislikes. And then Tony Khan's favorite website, Cage Match Net. Just screwing with y'all. You go on Cage Match Net, the entire episode of Smackdown got a 0.9. Bailey doesn't deserve that. Kevin doesn't deserve that. And you can imagine why they're upset. Because of The Rock. Basically, they're upset at the decision to give Rock and Roman the main event spot over Cody. And that's what it is. It's all coming back to Cody Rhodes. And I just think, even a week from now, they could easily announce, we're going to do Cody versus Roman at Chamber. They can say, I am giving up my spot so we can do Rock and Roman because I want Roman at Chamber. I want to take everything away from Roman. That's what Cody said. I want to take everything away from Roman. Not just your championship, but also your tribal chiefdom. And that's the plan that I have with The Rock. I'm going to take away your title at Chamber. The Rock is going to take away your title, your chiefdom title at WrestleMania. Could they have done night 1, night 2 with that? Yes. Personally, I would have done that. That's what I wanted to do. But, you know, I'm not booking, but also, maybe this is what they feel like is the best plan. They got to sell 60,000 people for Chamber, right? What better match to do than Cody and Roman? It's going to be the biggest crowd they have all year. Literally all year. And I see people giving me crap. Alyx, weren't you giving us crap for saying Rock and Roman shouldn't happen at Chamber? You're absolutely right. I was giving you crap. I think Rock and Roman is only a WrestleMania match. Only. Now, Cody and Roman is also a WrestleMania match. But I'm not as upset with that being at Chamber. Because, quite frankly, I'm not that invested in the storyline. I didn't really care about Cody fighting Roman again. But I'm probably in the minority looking at the fan outrage, which is interesting. Interesting. And that's fine. I don't mind being in the minority. And again, I didn't mind them doing both at WrestleMania. I just wanted Rock and Roman. But I do think, just looking at the rage, and if you continue to look at social media, like I can literally just type in Rock Roman here. Actually, let's do Rock Cody. Actually, let's just do Cody. Let's just do Cody here at Twitter. And you could just go through all of this. I can't show too much because I might get copyright claim because there's video footage here. But yeah, it's just people are angry. And everyone's saying, what was the point of Cody winning the Royal Rumble? What was the point of Cody winning the Royal Rumble? Well, to get a shot at Roman. To cash in on Roman at Chamber. Well, at WrestleMania. But most likely he'll cash it in at Chamber, which will be, you know, I'm pretty sure there's been multiple times where the winner didn't necessarily have their match at WrestleMania. I think there's been maybe once or twice it's happened, but yeah, for the most part, usually you get your title shot at WrestleMania. It might not always be the main event, but it always happened at Mania. I don't know what you do now. I don't know what you do. Like, do you just scrap Rock versus Roman? Is that what needs to happen? And just go back to Cody and Roman? I think that's going to cause backlash as well. Because people want to see Rock versus Roman. It's just sad, man. It's just sad. It saddens me. This is my dream match. This to me is the penultimate WrestleMania match. A match that I have been waiting for close to a decade to see. A match that I thought I would never see. I'm gonna get it, finally. They teased it, face to face, and the fans shit on it. Online rage. Completely crapped on it. That's disheartening. Do you have any idea how disheartening that is? And all this hate because people are scared that Cody's gonna get screwed. And that just makes it even worse because I'm like, Cody's not gonna get screwed. But fans have made up in their minds that this is the worst thing to ever happen to WWE. And it's actually very scary Especially when you consider the fact that they could probably still do Cody versus Roman at some point, before or after WrestleMania. And then you're going to look back on this and go, was it really worth it? Did this deserve all the heat? The Rock literally is coming out not just to wrestle, but also lead the company. TKO, board member. And this is what he came back to? He came back. Didn't need to. Doesn't need to. Didn't have to. To this. I'm sorry, man. Like, I've watched that segment more than enough. The reaction that Birmingham gave it, like, come on, man. It's rare you get that kind of reaction for anybody. I get it, though. It's about Cody. It's about Cody. You want Cody to have his moment. Not just him winning the title. You want him to have it at WrestleMania in the main event. But goddamn, y'all, like, I get it. I understand it. Cody's your guy. Cody's the guy. You want them to make a new star, although Cody is already basically a mega star now. Like, depending on who you ask, the guy is fucking God now. Like, holy shit. I don't think you can get any more over than this. Now that fans feel like he's getting screwed over, oh, he is. Oh, he's God level now. But still, to me, I can't get that angry for it yet, because we still don't know what's going to happen. We don't have a graphic for Rock and Roman. And even if we get Rock and Roman, who's to say we still won't get Cody versus Roman? I think this is the part where even I have to go. We might have just overreacted just a tad bit. It hasn't even been 24 hours yet. And people are already assuming that WrestleMania 40 is dead. We still have a full card to watch. We still have so much to get into. And even if Rock versus Roman is going to main event night 2, who's to say what could happen in between then? I have faith that it's all going to play out. Despite the amount of visceral outrage and hate that they have for this match, which I understand. Like, I sympathize with Cody Rhodes fans. I do. Again, like, I lived through Daniel Bryan. I assume that's what you're going through. And if that's what you're going through, oh my God, it sucks. I get it. I can sit here all day and tell you, well, guys, he's fine. He's basically John Cena. He's going to get a title match. He's going to get a title shot. But you don't want to hear that. What you want to hear is, you want Cody to be given his moment. Is Cody going to get his moment? Is he going to finish his story? You're invested in him finishing the story. And because you're not going to get that, you're taking your anger out on The Rock and Roman. I don't think the problem is the match. I think the problem is WWE not giving you Cody and his moment. So if they did that, I think Rock and Roman would be fine. Because I think we can all agree that there's too much rich story behind Rock and Roman as it is. Not just with the Rumble in 2015, but also with the idea that Roman can't be the tribal chief until he beats The Rock. He can't be the head of the Samoan dynasty, the Samoan family, until he beats the head of the Samoan family, which is The Rock. So, no one's going to argue that this match doesn't make sense. No one should argue that this isn't the biggest match that you can do at WrestleMania. It is. It's going to do more media than Cody. That doesn't mean that Cody shouldn't have his moment. So, I hope, this is what I hope. I hope that we do, in fact, do Cody versus Roman at Chamber in front of 60,000 people. And I hope Cody wins, takes the belt off of him. People are going to argue or get angry with the fact that, well, Roman shouldn't lose before WrestleMania. Guys, okay, look. In this situation, there's nothing that they can do that's going to make everybody happy. The other alternative is scrapping Rock versus Roman. That would be a disaster, too. You don't tease Rock coming in and then do the face-off and then not do the match. That's going to piss fans off as well. Don't do that. Don't do that. They booked themselves into a corner to where no matter what they do, fans are they're not gonna be happy. Because the only other thing they could have done was just do both main events. Rock and Roman night 1, Cody Roman night 2. But that still would have made fans unhappy. I would have flipped it, personally, so Roman can lose twice, but they would have found something else to complain about. It's just the amount of anger and visceral behind it. I'm just... For the first time, like, when I was reading how angry fans were for this match, I was like, guys, this is a bit much. Where is all this coming from? Is all of this really for Cody? Is it all really for Cody? I feel like it's for something else. Is it just pent-up aggression and anger we're getting because of Vince McMahon and how everything just seems to be falling apart because of all these allegations? And then all of a sudden now, this is coming up. Now Cody's not getting his moment. I don't know, y'all. Like, when I thought about the road to WrestleMania 40, this is not what I imagined. This is not what I imagined at all. And if tonight or this morning was an indication of what's to come, we are in for a very long road to WrestleMania 40. And I don't think it's going to be a fun one. So I have no idea what the WWE is going to do with this. They might just plug in their ears and just say, well, up to WrestleMania anyways. I don't think they're going to do that. I have faith that Cody will finish his story. Just won't be at WrestleMania. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm pretty sure I'm still going to get heat for it. I'm trying to be as sympathetic as I can. You know, I like Cody, man. I've always been a Cody fan. I feel like he should win the WWE Championship at least once. He'll probably end up winning it like 4 or 5 times in the next few years. But man, like, tonight was scary. Even for me, I'm just like, this is a bit much, guys. I think we might have gone just a little overboard with this. But let's see what happens. We got plenty of time before WrestleMania. Plenty of time, months, to change direction, change course, do something different. They might just, because of the fan backlash and the fear of them hijacking Rock versus Roman, they might just go ahead and just do Rock and Roman next year and Cody and Roman in the main event. I don't know. Or maybe they'll do both. Let's see what happens. I have faith that things will turn out okay. I trust Triple H. I trust Nick Khan. I trust everyone in creative to make it all work for everyone. But what is it going to look like in a few weeks if everything ends up going well and we look back on tonight and we see the level of hate that was given to Rock and Roman, which they don't deserve, by the way. They don't deserve this level of hate. They just don't. You're not mad at them. You're mad at the fact that Cody's not getting his moment. But you're taking it out on them. What's it going to look like when they announce Cody's fighting Roman? We'll look back on this and go, this was all for nothing. But yeah, like, to me, it's sad. This is my dream match, man. This is the penultimate WrestleMania match for me. And to see people hate on it this much. It was one of the first few times where I just went, you know, I could just stay off social media for a while. Maybe it's time I just don't get on Twitter anymore. You know, maybe I don't need to read the comments as much. Maybe I should stop interacting with fans. Because I want to enjoy this. And if people are determined to not like it, let them not like it. Let's just do what we can do. What can I control? I can control the fact that I don't need to read it. I don't need to see it. Let me enjoy it for myself. I don't want to have to do that, y'all. I really don't. But if it's going to be this bad getting into WrestleMania, I think I might have to. So let's pray everything works out for everyone. Let me get out of here. It's late. social medias, follow me there, dislike the video. Maybe I'll get 100 dislikes too. I don't know. I'm trying to be fair, but I need to express myself. Thank you for watching. Catch you guys next time. It's just Alyx signing off right here in Alyx's world. Good night. When you're